I am Vinnie Tortorich. Folks, your good intentions have been stolen, but don't worry. I'm here to help you get them back. You may be soft and succulent at the beginning of this process, but hang in there. Wait, what? Oh, I'm going to hang on. Before long, you will be lean and mean, guaranteed, just like the woman on the other mic, Miss Gina Grad. Yeah, this is right after a long break, and we're going to ride the storm out. Yeah. Gina, I know a lot of times you can't hear the music. Can you,
Yeah,
you hear that
I
song?
can I can hear it just a little, so that'll be my excuse for my guess if you tell me I'm wildly incorrect.
Go on.
I can hardly hear it, but it's got a very Neil Young vibe.
Well, you're very not close.
Oh,
Yeah, it's "Riding the Storm Out" by a group called. Are you ready for this?
yeah.
REO Speedwagon.
What?
I was rolling the wagon, baby. That's right. That's right.
I
Have you?
don't know. I don't know who I just insulted or who I just complimented. Those two couldn't be further away.
Exactly. Both great group. I mean, yeah, REO Speedwagon
Wow.
was ubiquitous when I was in high school. I mean, we were into the wagon. 76, 77,
Wagon.
78. Yeah. That was some of my pump up before football game music.
Oh, please tell me you were doing curls to, and I can't fight this feeling anymore. Was
Probably.
that one of your songs? And I'm gonna keep on loving you.
Um, I, During this show, Debbie's going to hate this because I'm going to put music in the middle. During the show, I'm going to find the song, and
Oh,
I'm going to find the song that I used to like to listen to. Right, it was right when I was leaving for college.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, can I guess it? I don't want to ruin it.
Go on, guess. I'll give you a few guesses.
I'm hoping you're not this corny. I will be actually proud of myself and upset with you if this was your leaving for college song. It's time for me to fly.
No.
Thank God.
Let me see if I can find it
All
here.
right, he's looking for it. I mean, I know you're listening at home. What REO Speedwagon hits am I missing? Maybe this is a deep cut, knowing
Oh no, no,
Vinny.
no, 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 no. It's not It's not an REO Speedwagon song.
Oh,
It's a completely different song. Um,
Sticks, Air Supply, they all sound the same.
oh wait. Oh, I'm putting the wrong name in.
Oh, Vinny.
Oh, hang on.
I'm hanging. Uh God, I just hope it has something to do with John Cicada.
No, no. I still go by he and him. Are you ready?
I can't wait.
This was pump up music. This was now you got to remember 1981. I just put a picture up on my Instagram of sorority picture from
I
spring
saw
1981. That's right. And I was a big dude back then. You would
you
not recognize me.
you were like a little chunky monkey.
But my face and my neck was like 21 inches at that point. My face was big. My waist wasn't more than 33 inches. I was still built like a brick shit house.
It's crazy though, because you do look like it looked like baby fat
Yeah.
because you're so young and it's so just squeezable and squishable.
Yeah. No, I was I don't know why that picture looked like that. In the spring, we used to try to eat as much as we can,
Yeah.
as much muscle as we can, because I was under that same impression that you need to eat a lot of carbs along with the protein,
Sure.
to get bigger in the gym.
Of
Turns out
course.
you don't have to do that. But I didn't know that. I was just listening to my coaches back in 1980, 81.
Yep.
Right?
Carbo load.
But by the time, you go through summer and you get into August practice, then you would look ripped up again.
Right.
That extra flab would leave. So, folks, right there again, carbohydrates, you saw it in my face, right?
Oh, it is hard to unsee.
Yeah, but I was in Joe Bonadonna's gym, and
Amazing.
I would be there. And this was right before I'm leaving that year. I can almost hear the song right now. Oh, that drum beat. Oh,
Of course.
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Was this your pump up song?
This was one of my, like, when I was in the gym.
Yep.
And by the way, we didn't have Walkmans or anything. You didn't have anything. You had to wait for it to come on the radio.
Even then?
In 1981, you had to wait. This had to come on the radio. And
Sure.
this was in high rotation.
Sure.
They didn't even wait 40 songs. This came on right away. Well, you know what the best movie montage song is, right?
Well, there's a couple good ones. Are we talking like workout montage or just in general montage?
Oh yeah, well, in a workout movie.
Yeah. Okay.
And so wait, let me help. Let me help.
Okay.
Let's throw the Grand out. Let's take Rocky
I
out.
was
Let's
just
take
going to say
out,
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're not talking about Rocky, give me a great workout movie montage song.
I mean, all I can think about is Rocky and Apollo running on the beach in their tiny little teeny tiny shorts. So let me see what else comes to mind. It's not going to be like, it's going to be something Schwarzenegger, isn't it?
No, because in Pumping Iron, they didn't use any.
Oh, true. I don't know. I mean, besides Rocky, I'm drawing a blank.
Oh, you're forgetting about this song.
I hope I'm going to know it.
Red Rider. You know the group Red Rider?
I don't know.
I've played it a lot on this show.
Oh, this is your favorite movie that you keep telling me to watch, and I keep watching old episodes of Hoarders instead.
Loser.
Yeah, I know. Vision Quest.
Yeah. Yeah. Please watch it. You would never think, you're thinking Matthew Modine?
Oh,
really? You know,
I'm sure it's great. Andy and I have a problem though. We need to be broken free from Hoarders. That's what we're into right now.
I'm worried about you guys because you're watching what my parents would watch.
Well, it's more of a cautionary tale. Like we clean immediately after we watch it. This house has never been so sparkling.
Oh. You know, our guilty pleasure, Serena calls it murder porn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We'll watch anything where, you know, they didn't catch the guy and who did it.
Yeah, true crime.
We only watch about 15 minutes of it while we're going to sleep. She falls asleep, then I turn it off. And then she asks me what happens, and I tell her I never made it to the end. And we start over the next day.
What are we talking Dateline, Murder in the Heartland? I mean, I know them all.
Whatever have you. Sure. You know,
there's some good 2020s.
Yeah, but you see, 2020 we don't like because 2020 is 2 hours of them repeating themselves.
You sound just like Andy. I can't take it. This could have been 15 minutes. I understand.
By the way, they do them now in like 20 minutes, and it's the perfect morsel we can get through it. Yeah. They keep repeating. They go to commercial. They come back. They repeat it again.
They reset the whole scene. Yep. No, I'm with you.
You know, hey, 2020, listen to me and Gina. You're doing it wrong.
Yeah, this is a new demographic. We're all streaming it. There's no commercial break. Move on with your life. Get with the times.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I don't want us to get too far off this track.
We're off. We've already gone off.
But speaking of being off and on tracks, I'm so glad to see you home and in one piece.
Yeah. You know, I just took I took a big vacation. You know, we had shows lined up and the whole thing. And you're the first person I'm talking to. I was supposed to come back Tuesday of this week. I was supposed to start gone.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Both me and Don Coddington got on a plane yesterday. And
I'm sorry, who? You said it.
Sorry.
It's the billionaire Don Coddington's Friday, 5 o'clock. Stop. Have a good weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
We decided not to. The whole idea was to go up there, acclimate, and then do it twice.
Right.
You know, just do, you know, because we love climbing.
Yeah.
And so we were going to do it twice. And we knew, you know, because we've been paying attention, and we had passes. We kept buying passes up because people were turning passes in.
Oh, wow.
You know, like 10, 15, 20 passes a day because they just said, no, we're not going up.
Why? Was there something specific going on?
Well, that's why I played Riding the Storm Out. All those winter storms you guys had.
Yeah. They're
still affecting the mountains.
Wow.
So far this season in that area, we got 6 deaths.
What?
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, while we were there was a rescue on Whitney while we were climbing that day. And then the same day, one mountain further north in Big Pine, there was an avalanche. Avalanches are still happening up there. You understand?
July.
Yeah, there was an avalanche. 3 got buried, 2 got out, 1 died. That was number 6. And unfortunately, this is my opinion, and I want to be so wrong. I want to be the most wrong human being on the planet. there's going to be more deaths. There's going to be, usually there's a few deaths every summer. This summer ain't done yet. There's going to be a summer of death up there. I'm going to give examples for people who don't understand, climbing mountains. This
Please.
is usually, we always call it John Muir calls it the soft and succulent route.
Mhm.
They built a bunch of switchbacks that anyone who's in pretty good shape can get to the top.
Right.
You got to be, you can't just go, oh, I'm out of shape. You're going to go 14,500 feet. That's not going to happen. And it's pretty steep.
Yeah.
But the big switchbacks, the 99 switchbacks that everyone talks about after the high trail camp, they're still covered. So it's like any glacier that we've ever walked on. Now, here's the deal. Both myself and my partner, I'm not going to mention his name,
Mm-mm.
we know how to climb glaciers. We have glacier equipment, right?
Like the pick stuff.
Yeah. The axe, I just hung up on my stuff just now.
Yeah.
Crampons. And we were up there for days ahead of time. We went off into the, because you have to have a pass to get into the Whitney area.
Like reserve. Yeah. Yeah.
Like you go up so far, you can go like
Right.
10 feet, but past that. And we said, we don't care. We're going to go. We're not going to the top, but we're going to go until someone turns us around. We need to see where all the pit, because by the way, you're leaving at night. We know the trail, but now we need to walk straight up snow.
Wait, what do you mean you're leaving at night?
Well, you always leave. If we leave late, we leave at like 3:30 in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, I understand. On the other side of night. So early, it's still night. I thought like, well, it's
leave at
9 p.m. Let's get going. But I understand. You're talking about for the next day.
Right. So when we're doing our recon, we're going, do we leave at midnight?
Right.
Do we leave at 1? Do we leave at 2? What time do we leave? And we're talking to everyone coming down that made it. A lot of people,
Right.
we talked to, we turned around at the switchback. A lot of people looked at that slope and went, that ain't me. Those are the smart people.
I was going to say, I have so much respect for them.
Yeah. They realized they were our friend at Big Willie Mountaineer, Blair, who owns the shop where we hang out.
I saw the video.
Yeah. Blair, people are coming in going, you got an ice axe? You got crampons?
Oof.
Man, you can hand someone an ice axe. If they never used an ice axe or took a course,
yeah,
you might as well hand them toilet paper or tampons.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
Well, I mean, people often go, oh, well, I have the thing. Well, do you know how to use the thing?
Yeah. Have you ever used it? And
No.
by the way, watching a YouTube video on the thing does not make you an expert at. Sorry, millennials, you're not going to become a mountaineer by watching a video. Ain't going to happen. You got to go out with people that know what they're doing to teach you how to self-arrest.
Right.
Because when you start falling at 80 miles an hour, having that piece of equipment in your hand ain't going to stop you.
Oh my God.
As a matter of fact, you're going to shit your pants. That's the first thing that's going to fling out of your hands. that's what's going to happen.
Oh my God.
So people are coming into Blair. Hey, you got you got crampons, you got this, you got that. So I feel sorry for those people. Some of them made it, some didn't, most didn't. I worry, my big worry is that there's going to be an avalanche up there. And God, I want to be so wrong because people are sleeping at that high tent, in tents at that, some people go up to the high area right at about 12,000 feet, 12,500, and they sleep right before the slopes so that they can take off the next morning.
And was that part of your plan at any point?
No, no, we always do it in one day.
That's what I thought.
The people that usually do that are people who are John Muir Trail hikers.
Right.
Coming through and they'll hike to there and they'll sleep in. People who are smart enough to go, wait, there's a big slushy snowbank above us.
Right.
Usually you see 50, 75 tents there. There's 5, 10 tents.
Oh my God.
I would tell all of those people, get lower. Just get lower. It's going to break off at some point.
So so I understand, when you say an avalanche, I'm guessing that's because when things start to melt, they loosen and they fall. That's where we're at.
Yeah. Every day, it won't be like a winter avalanche where you get these big seracs that cover over and then they fall.
Right.
But you're going to get, at some point, snow doesn't just melt from the top, it melts from the bottom too when the sun hits it. You see those big sun dapples and, the snow and all that kind of stuff. At some point, the weight of all that is going to slush down, right?
Yeah.
I just hope that it keeps melting in the way it's melting.
Right. And it's heavy and it's wet and
I got news for you guys in Southern California. You won't have a drought problem for a while.
Okay.
They
I'll
can't even
take it.
they can't even capture the water that's coming down now.
Wow.
You guys are already saturated. Everything is just rolling off into the ocean.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
We had a rough winter and spring. And
Yeah.
for us, rough.
Yeah, it's and you're supposed to have an El Nino year this year. So as I
Oh,
told
great.
my friend, it's like, you know what? We both agreed this is not going to melt, and new snow is going to pile on top of this next winter. It's going to be like a glacier up there for the next couple of years.
Wow.
I've never
So
seen something like it.
so I remember what your plan was. You told us what the plan was. I
Right.
got to know what happened.
So we got up there. We slept at 8,000 feet.
And this was like your recon. This wasn't part of the hiking. You know what I mean?
Right. We set up a tent at the portal where it's
Right.
right. And that's 8,000 feet. Now you're building up some red blood cells because you're
Right.
at altitude. You sleep at that height, you start building up. Neither of us live at altitude. I used to be up there all the time. Now I'm
Right.
so neither one of us is at altitude. So we're enjoying that. We're eating hamburgers up there. We brought a bunch of ground beef with us and whatever. And every day we're going up 11, 12,000 feet, just walking around, hanging around. We're trying our crampons versus I call them cat tracks, but mini spikes. We're
Okay.
trying, do we do hiking boots or do we do trainers, running shoes? We're trying different stuff every day.
Wow. And this is interesting because talk about a woman who, brings everything on vacation because she doesn't know what she'll need. This is not something you could have planned in advance. You had to bring it all.
We had to bring everything. I paid so much extra in luggage.
Oh, I can't
for
imagine.
overweight and this and that.
Yeah.
But we both brought it all.
Yeah.
Some things like he brought the tent, I brought the stove. That there's, you bring
Trade off.
so,
Yeah.
yeah, so that we're not both carrying doubles. And so we did a lot of that. And I got to tell you, going up every day and acclimating, we even waited an extra day. We were going to go up on the 4th, and then we said, oh, let's go up on the 5th. And then we ended up going up on the 6th. We normally get up there on a fast day. We don't push it.
Yeah.
Really
What's
don't.
the point? Yeah.
We're trying to enjoy it, take pictures, goof around. We usually go in 12 hours, a long day, 14 hours, that kind of thing.
Right.
18 and a half hour day.
What?
Now, the normal soft and succulent route that we do in 12 hours, that's 11 miles to the top and, of course, 11 miles down. So that's 22 miles. When you go straight up a snow slope, you cut out all the switchback. It was 8 hours up. It was 8 miles up. So it took us 18 and a half hours to go that distance.
How did you feel? Like physically? Were you like, this is not going well? Or did you feel good?
No, I didn't. Don felt better than me because I started to feel a little queasy, and so I couldn't eat.
And that was because you weren't used to the elevation?
I just got queasy.
Okay.
And so when you get past that high camp, you're looking at 2,000 feet of slope. You've been to Mammoth, right?
Oh, yes.
All right. So if you're at Mid Chalet and you're looking at the big slope with all the double blacks,
Yep.
that's about 800 feet.
Right.
2,000 feet of that. Can you imagine going up 2,000 feet of that?
Oh my God.
That's the steepness of it.
And that's the thing. I mean, it doesn't even bear repeating because it's so obvious, but we're not just talking about physical exercise. We're not just talking about incline, but we're talking about every step you take, you have less oxygen than the step before.
Right. That climb starts at about, 12,000 and goes almost to 14.
Right.
So you're picking up 2,000 feet on the world's worst stair climber. So think of being on a stair climber at full go.
Oh,
and you're trying to go up,
I don't like it.
We didn't prepare for that. Neither one of us was in shape for that, but we just took it slow, one step at a time. I hadn't eaten anything since the 2 eggs I ate in my room. I showed you the video.
Yeah, your little pot.
Yeah, I had 2 eggs and I had the eggs in my backpack. But when I got queasy, I went, well, if I eat, I'm just going to make it worse.
Yeah.
And I made the world's biggest mistake.
What?
After all these years of climbing, I made a mistake. I made a mistake I've never made.
I can't imagine.
I took off with 1.5 liters of water. I've always done that mountain with 3 liters of water.
What were you thinking?
We have these little squeeze bottles. They call B-Freeze.
Okay.
Where you just fill them up in a stream and put the top on, and then it goes through a system of...
It filters,
right?
Right.
By the time I needed water, we were in snow. and you can't melt snow fast enough. So now I'm dealing with no food. So I'm living on my own body's fat, thank God. And
Dehydration.
And it's the world's worst stair machine.
Oh, God.
It was that kind of day.
Oh, no.
But as soon as we got up to the ridge and we went around the back of the Sentinels and went to the top, it got better. And then we slept up, I just took a nap up there I love napping up there. I just love it.
It sounds amazing.
Like a half an hour, the sun's out.
Oh,
You're up there. Right before we got to the top, Don took a little video. That's on my Instagram also. And it does a panoramic thing. It's out. I think it's out today.
let me see. I'll tell you.
You'll know before me.
Pulling up now. There's the Vinnie.
Yeah, it says vacation, 0 drinks with umbrellas. So that's right. That's, behind the mountain before you get up to the summit. You can see how much snow is still up there, right?
That's amazing.
You see that, like Guitar Lake and all that back there that I'm panning over?
Yeah.
All the through hikers on the John Muir Trail, that's the side they come up from.
Oh, my
We're going through
God.
all of that.
This is... it doesn't look real. It looks like something from a, Steven Seagal movie, like in, Parts Unknown and parts of like Rush Hour.
It looks like it was blue screened or something.
Yes.
It's like So that's how my snow is still up there. We had a good time up top, took a little nap, came down, and we left in the dark. We came home in the dark.
And when did you start noticing yourself feeling better?
Oh, as soon as you start coming down, you feel better every step.
Right.
But still we couldn't get water until we got to that high camp. And then we had to break ice to get water. And it was like the good, the bad, and the ugly. It was
my God.
Putting drops of water on my lips. And but look, I mean, we've had it rough up on mountains before, but we were probably 17 and a half hours into the trip. And I was trying to think, hey, how do I tell Don I'm not doing this again tomorrow?
Yeah. And he was probably thinking the same thing.
And he goes, dude, we can't do this again.
Yeah.
We just beat the odds.
Yeah.
And as soon as we got down, we found out someone else died right up the road.
Oh, my God.
So
I have so many questions. I'm so glad you didn't do a second day. It definitely seems like a lot of stuff happened that wasn't in the itinerary.
Right.
But you kept going. What made you keep going when you could have just been like, let's just turn around?
I think it's that thing, guys that are mountain guys, you just do it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't undoable. I mean, the only thing we worried about was, the possibility of an ice slide, of an avalanche.
Right.
And the snow stayed pretty firm. It started getting soft once daylight came. When we were walking at night,
snow
was pretty firm. I wish I brought my crampons versus, just the micro spikes. We would have been able to kick steps a little better. I think we were right with all the other equipment. The other thing is glissading. Do you know what glissading is?
No. Sounds like a dessert.
Yeah. It's when you slide down on your butt.
Oh, that's my kind of hiking.
Yeah. So on the way down, there's 2 big glissade tracks that look like flumes. Except, because people have been glissading down the same ones. One of them is built up so much it looks like,
like a slide.
Yeah, it's like almost a complete tunnel. And so you get in there and you take what took us 2.5 hours to get up. You can get down that in about 3-4 minutes.
That sounds fun.
It sounds fun, but you have to know how to do it.
Oh.
And some of the people trying to do it didn't have an ice axe, and an ice axe is your only braking system.
Oh my God. So then what?
You can't do, you have to down climb backwards. Face the hill and
like you're coming down a ladder.
Yeah.
Oh my
So the people
God.
that have, ice axes had to do that.
First of all, sorry, another thing. First of all, I have so many questions. Did you do you normally ever see wildlife on your way up or down?
You do. But this time we didn't. As a matter of fact, we talked to the guy that runs the camp at 8,000 feet. They have not seen a bear yet this year.
That's weird because all the news headlines around the country are bear shows up at the mall. Bear is in our town. So they're all descending into civilization, but they're not where they're supposed to be. It sounds like.
If you would have said to me that I would not see a bear in camp in in Whitney, I would have said there's no way. There's always bears.
Why? Where
No, but
are
they
they?
think they're still hibernating.
They're still hibernating.
It's still winter.
Wow.
Yeah.
And at your pace and how you guys were going up, did it feel crowded? Did you feel alone?
No, the cool thing was we didn't pass anyone and no one passed us.
Wow.
Usually when you get up, you see other lights up the mountain, or
Sure.
look back, you see lights. We all have headlamps on. You see lights around. It was eerie. It was like, are we supposed to be here? Because there's no other lights. We ran into a foursome. We saw three of them on top. One turned around. He got sick. And we saw a few people, not like you normally see, because they
Wow.
give out 100 passes a day. But people were turning in passes left and right and just not going. Just going, screw it.
Yeah.
Um,
And when you're doing this at night, now I'm trying to kind of put myself in the situation. It's dark. It is the middle of the night. You
Right.
are essentially alone, with one other person. There's all you have is a headlamp. Where do you slide on it being super creepy or just the most incredible, like, existential beauty on the planet?
You got to remember, I started hunting when I was a little kid.
Right.
And I remember the first couple of times they would say, okay, it would be dark, no headlamp. They would go, okay, Vinnie, you stand here. We're going to go run the dogs. A bunch of people stand in line throughout the woods in Louisiana, and you're there with a shotgun, and now you're alone with your thoughts. I remember that being creepy when I was a kid, being scared the first couple of
Of
times
course.
and thinking to myself, well, I have a gun.
Yeah.
This
is the same, but you're down one gun.
Been doing it for so long that it feels, you got to remember all those years as an ultra cyclist,
Mm-hmm.
up at 2:00 on a Saturday morning, trying to stay away from drunk people coming home.
Right.
That kind of thing, just being out there on a mountain bike in the middle of the mountains all night long.
That's
So
beautiful.
it is no thought. It's not a thought. Like, I never feel uncomfortable.
Because that, for a beginner, I would imagine would be the all-consuming fear is, I can't believe we're stupid enough to do this in the middle of the night.
Yeah. I think people do freak themselves out a little bit, but daylight seems to come soon enough.
Yeah.
Even, look, we took off this time at 2:00 in the morning. So from 2, the sun starts coming up at 5. So what, that's 3 hours.
Yeah.
But I guess when you're when you do mountains and you do all the stuff I've done and all the stuff Don's done, it's never a thought. Like,
Wow.
it might as well be midday. I think all
Okay.
mountaineers can. When you do glaciers, you leave in the middle of the night, you're walking up,
Right.
you see nothing but a spot of snow in front of you.
And this was an 18-hour day. You didn't get back to like 8 at night?
It was dark when we got back.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And do you remember passing out? Like, did you just go into the motel room and do a nesty plunge face first into the bed?
Well, Lone Pine is not known for its nightlife or restaurants.
I've noticed. I got a glimpse of it, of the lack of it.
Yeah. So, Badwater 135, that race was happening at the same time. By the way, for the first time in 20 years, a woman won it outright.
Really?
The second fastest time ever.
That's incredible.
Yeah. She's quite the stud. But the only place open was McDonald's, and only the drive-through.
Oh God.
And so we're driving through the drive-through, but a lot of the Badwater people are eating. So the drive-through is backed up.
Oh God, you guys must have been in hell.
That's what I said to Don. I said, I've been patient all day. I don't eat McDonald's, but here I am in a McDonald's drive-through because it's the only game in town. If anyone wants to know what I ate, I had 4 quarter pounders with cheese.
Yeah.
Just no bun, just the meat with the cheese. And basically ate those on my way to the shower.
God.
Took a shower and then went to sleep, and that was that.
Wow. And you had already decided you weren't doing it again. So it's not like you had to, pretend that it was time for round 2. I'm so glad you guys made that decision.
We talked about it the next day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we were having a cappuccino in town. It was like, how do you feel? I feel pretty good. I'm a little wrecked, but we still had a couple of days, right?
Yeah.
And Don was like, I got a lot of work. And I'm like, I think I'm running out of podcasts. I got to get home. So
you did it. You accomplished what you wanted to accomplish, and that's fantastic.
so we both called our airlines and got the hell out Saturday morning.
Wow.
Yeah, came back last night.
I can't believe you have only been back for one night.
Yeah, and finally slept. Wow. I woke up this morning. It was like 10.
Good.
By the time I drove from Reagan International to here, in DC,
Yep.
that's another 2.5 hours.
Oh, I can't with you. This is killing me.
And then I had to do a few things. So it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I went to bed and I was like,
Oh
I'll
my
be up at
God.
8. And oh no,
No.
because
No.
I told Serena I'd take her for a hike this morning.
No. Are you insane?
We didn't do it.
Why would you even say that?
Just take a little hike, just get the flight out of me and that kind of thing.
Oh my God. Well, I'm glad you slept, as my mom would say, you needed it.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. And that's a harrowing tale you tell. And I'm going to be
It's not
extra
really.
cautious. It is.
Look,
Because there's a lot of it was a lot of dice roll, especially considering what's been going on over there.
I know there's a guy that follows me on Twitter named Mark who told me he's planning on doing it in September and the whole thing. Everyone who's thinking about doing that mountain this year, think long and hard. Think long and hard. It's not, if you were going up in that snow in May, I would say no problem.
Mm-hmm.
No problem. But it's a little weird.
And this is you saying that, who's done this 100 times, who is not afraid of it, but is smart enough to be cautious.
The reason people get hurt on mountains and die, and our biggest chance of dying would have been if that ice comes down, if that snow comes down.
Oh, God.
So there you have it, folks. If you're planning on doing that route this summer, think twice, maybe go do something else. Go to Mammoth, enjoy yourself. Mammoth has a lot of snow. I mean, they still have a lot.
It's incredible.
Yeah, but people are still skiing up there.
I love that. Mammoth is so damn magical. I can't even describe it.
It truly is. I mean, back in the 90s, we had an El Nino year where the snow was kind of like this. I know this was record breaking. And I skied past the 4th of July that year. They were making T-shirts called Endless Winter T-shirt.
Oh, and I have friends that, will snowboard, like my girlfriends that'll snowboard in just their, pants and sports bra and sunglasses, when it gets warm enough. And it's hilarious.
Oh, look, we used to ski up there in late April, May every year in shorts and T-shirt.
It's so funny.
It's warm, yet there's still good snow.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe choose Mammoth this year.
Yeah, I'll probably come and ski up in Mammoth this year.
Of course you will.
Why not? So there you have it. That's my trip.
Wow.
And yeah, I went almost an entirety. I went that whole day on 2 eggs. Didn't eat anything on my way down, even though I was feeling better. I did get water, drank the water. Apparently there was a little parasite in some of that water because the next morning I was flushing myself as if I was going to go take a colonoscopy.
Good for you.
One bout of that and back to normal.
You didn't have any ultra fat?
I did, but I was like, I had an ultra fat when I got back in the car. I had them with me.
Of course you did.
I have one whenever I get sick and I go, okay, I have enough energy. I'm still moving. It's like I don't want to try to gild the lily.
Don't jinx it. Yeah.
Yeah. Why do anything?
Yeah.
And of course, I ate the McDonald's, and then I guess the water worked on me, and next I was brand new.
McDonald's and a parasite would have the same effect on you at this point.
I don't know which one got me. One of the two got me, but there I was the next morning. But then everything cleared up.
As Tim Conway Jr. would say, with your 5-point harness on the toilet.
Gina Grad has a show, folks. It's called the Brian and Gina Show. I'm a big fan. I don't miss an episode because it reminds me of LA and where I used to live and all the good things about LA and not all the crappy things.
That's right.
So thank you guys for doing it. Come on, Gina, you going to say something?
Yes, it's really fun. You get it anywhere you listen to podcasts. It's done by Los Angeles Magazine. And I just had a buddy come on, and I as you're listening to this, I think it's already aired or it's about to air. Anything you need to know about Disney, and I mean anything. He is a travel agent that books Disney vacations. So everybody, it's so fascinating. I love it. And we're going to have him on again and again. And my book is still for sale while I work on the audiobook. My Extra Mom can be found on Amazon. Click through Vinnie's banner and it will be right there.
I have a copy. It used to sit on my desk, but it moved over to a table. So I can't hold it up
That's
right.
okay.
But yeah, go get that book. I really enjoyed it. And I know you have a new book coming out. We're going to talk about that soon. So, you know what to do. We all go shopping on Amazon. Before you go to Amazon, go to VinnieTortorich.com. Click through the banner, bookmark it, use it every time. It puts coal on the fire, gets my train down the track. We also have the NSNG ebook. Apparently, a lot of people are liking my Instagram now because I just noticed it went over 90,000 people who pay attention to it.
That's incredible.
91.5. So people are enjoying when I'm putting up there. So you check that out.
You're absolutely right about that number. That's incredible.
Yeah, I just noticed that today. So yeah, people are enjoying my posts. So you can go check that out. And we started beefing up my YouTube thing. I'm putting out actual content that will help people with weightlifting, eating right, how to lose weight. So go check all of that out. On behalf of Gina Grad, my name is Vinnie Tortorich. Put life into living and do it with enthusiasm.